What's up, everyone? We're back in Spaceflight Simulator. I'm pretty sure you guys remember last video I built the Skylab, and there was another suggestion. It was to build the space shuttle. And here's my space shuttle. I know it looks bad, but in my defense, the space shuttles that you see, like, if you want to download, like, you see space shuttles, but they usually have blueprint editing, and I don't do that, partially because I don't know how to do it. But this is a space shuttle without blueprint editing. The only cheats you need here are actually I don't know why this is on, part clipping, and you don't need infinite build area. Just put this up. So this shuttle is actually pretty easy to build. It's just, it looks like it's very hard. I don't know. Okay, so let's just get started. So I guess we start with the orange external tank and the SRBs first, because that kind of seems like the easiest part. So, well, select it and move it up. Okay. So first we're going to start with the SRBs. The SRBs is just very, very simple. It's actually fairings. Hold on. Well, the fairings disappear. Well, it's just fairings. It's the second fairing right here. This one, the thing. It's that size fairings, and you put the biggest one and you line it up like that. And that's all the SRB is made of. But you can see that the SRB is just made of that, of those fairings. Hold on. And that's basically it for the SRBs. And the orange external fuel tank has the same fairing thing, just this size fairing. And it's just, you slap it there, color it orange. And these are 8 wides. No, those are 10 wides. They're 10 wide tanks for the orange external fuel tank. And you just put 3 of the biggest 10 wides, right? Yeah, 3 of the biggest 10 wides. And then you're going to put this is a 8 wide, and you're going to make it curving like that. And you're going to put a Titan engine, if you have the expansion pack, of course. And you're just going to put it there. And then these are the separators for the actual shuttlecraft, or the orbiter vehicle. So we just put the SRBs on like that. And then that's kind of it for that. And this is where it's kind of complicated. Here you have a tiny satellite. Alright, let's select. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Hold on. Let me select everything and move it up. Okay. So, hold on. I think we actually need infinite build here to flip it. Yeah. So, you just put like 12 wides. You put 12 wides, the smallest 12 wides, and just paint them to black to make like the heat shield look. And just some aerodynamics. If we go to aerodynamics, you see these smaller ones. And you just put those there. You make one black, and you make one, you leave it in white. And then, hold on. And then, hold on, let me kind of select it. Yeah, sure. So then we have one of those, and then we make it black, so it gives it like that kind of look. And then you just put a pod, and then a bunch of fuel tanks, and then another aerodynamic fuselage. And then here I have some parachutes for landing, of course. And this is just a thinned out fuel tank. And then just more 12 wides. Just kind of stack them like that. And then we have the actual cargo bay, which is this. This little docking port is to dock to like space stations. You can just like, for example, hold on. Let's just kind of copy this. And then, for example, you're like in space, and then you just kind of dock it. That's kind of what that's for. And this is the payload. This is really as big as the payload can get with this tiny thing. It's honestly very disappointing. but you got a tiny satellite, so be happy. So I'm pretty sure this is pretty darn straightforward. Fuel tank, probe, parachute, and solar panel. Straightforward. No like just part clipping, just clip that thing in there. And then here, well, it's also a fuel tank, and then docking port. And here, docking port, so you can release the solar panel. And for the actual cargo bay, it's just the biggest fairing in the game. Scroll all the way down this one. Just put it right there. And you have the biggest, like, thing. And then we just continue lining with those 12 wides. And you just fill it up. Then you just fill up the bottom with blacks too. And this is a regular sized fuel tank in black. And then here we have a giant fuel. Oh my god, we have a very, very big fuel tank. I'm pretty sure this is an 8 wide. Yes, this is an 8 wide, a medium size. And that fits in there. And then here's the fuel tank to actually power the engines, because not the engine's gonna say no fuel source. And then this engine is really just for looks, honestly, because in real life, the space shuttle, these two main engines would run off the fuel from this, but in the game it's kind of different, and it still has its own fuel in this. So this is just kind of like the looks of the OMS engines, and these are the main engines. So this, you won't really need it. So you just put the engines and you just kind of cover it up, and yeah. And then we have the wing. Oh, hold on. And then we have the wing here, which is me just basically just stacked a bunch of cones to make this shape. And then here's a parachute. And then like it's just a bunch of random cones stacked up on each other to make it try to look nice. And then once you have that, you just put it right there. And then we also need a ton of RCS in this. So here's how I make like an RCS ball. Boom, boom. 2 RCS like that. Copy, flip. That's an RCS ball right there. So just copy that like a million times. And then we just put it around the aircraft just randomly. So like in here and like in here. So you just get as many of these if you want and just put them wherever in your aircraft you want. Can I actually get this one? Yeah. You have to put them like everywhere, kind of strategically, and you also want one exposed, because if your RCS is not exposed and you turn it off, that's not good. So what I like to do is put one tiny RCS dude right there. So for example, you turn off your RCS, turn it on and off, this one. So that's pretty much that. And then you select it all, flip it over, and line it up here. Like that. Perfect. So that's the actual space shuttle. And this is the launch pad I have for it. Oh, the lag. Okay. This is the actual launch pad. Let's just move it down. And it's just very, very simple. Docking ports. Yeah, and just random docking ports. Just to like actually hold the rocket. Why did it? I wonder why it. I know why. Whatever. Hold on. I know why it did that. Hold on. You know what? It'd be a lot easier. Just load the actual blueprint. Boom. Okay. So here's just a simple like 5 parts: docking port and the space shuttle. And then I'm pretty sure in this one I don't have the RCS balls, so I'm going to go ahead and quickly put them in this blueprint. Okay, so I put it in, and then the staging, let's actually just clear it up real quick. Okay, so for the actual staging, the first stage, docking, well, engines and docking ports, and only these engines. Remember, this OMS is just for look. The next stage is going to be these fairings to make like the SRB separation. Next stage is going to be these separators, which also should be at max separation force. And the next stage should be this. And the next stage will be parachutes. Is that in? Yeah. So that's pretty much the space shuttle, and I'm going to launch it to show you how it works. So it's like this, first of all. Engine up. Oh, and you also need no heat damage. That's the only bad thing about this. No heat damage. I need to start making rockets that don't use no heat damage. Okay. There it goes. And you just speed up time. Now there's one unrealistic thing about this in the launch, and it's the SRB separation. So I think the most realistic spot to deploy the SRBs would be at 13 kilometers. You can see at our height right here. Right here in the top right corner. When that says 13 kilometers, I think it's a good time to do SRB separation. That's also another thing about this. Just turn off the engine. It's like unstable. Also SRBs. And then just clear debris. This rocket is very wobbly. And then once you're high enough, you quickly time down and you want to transfer all the fuel. Just do that because, the OMS engines don't work, and this is where they usually take place in real life. We want some good fuel in there. Okay, we have to release it. Okay, and this is where the craft is actually stable. Unless you actually try to flip it. If you try to play with it, it gets very unstable. Okay, we are in orbit. And we're going to deploy satellite. Nice. Switch to. And then we're going to go back home. Kind of push it out of the way. Okay. We don't want to lower its orbit. Did we lower it? Now we're good. Okay. Now we're headed into the atmosphere. Let's just do that. And this is where the craft also is very wobbly. Re-entry is not where it shines. I'm just gonna do this. We're still speeding up. I don't think that's good. Because these parachutes for this big of a craft don't do much. We're just planing through it. It's very unrealistic, but I can't build a better shuttle. If you guys have better shuttles, leave them in the link. Leave a link to them in the comment section because I want to play with them. This one is clearly not very good. And you also have to deploy these parachutes as soon as possible because they don't really do much for this big of a craft. I'm like, let's just kind of do a suicide burn. Very nice burn. We survived. Okay. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. If you liked it, hit the like button and subscribe. Tell me what you guys want me to build in the comment section, and I'll see you guys next time.